Two high schools, both alike in dignity, in fair Prosper, where we lay our scene. Good afternoon, baseball fans. A little bit of Shakespeare for you on this beautiful Thursday afternoon, coming to you from Prosper Rock Hill High School. My name is Lincoln Revel. Thank you for joining this production of Game On Sports for today's afternoon matchups. This first one between the Highland Park Scots and the Denton Broncos. And as you can see, Scots getting their first at-bat. They are the visiting team in today's 1:45 matchup. Official game time is actually this first pitch coming in at 1:49 p.m. So starting a little bit early, or a little bit late that is, but not too far, as this first pitch comes in to Braden Juravec. That is low for ball one, and we are underway for this wonderful day of baseball. On the mound for the Broncos, Zach Dowdy with this second pitch. That's hit over to short. That is picked up by Grenay, and he throws the first, not in time, and that is a infield base hit for Braden Juravec. And that is how we will start today's matchup, as that brings Patrick Turner up to the plate now. Turner, the heavy hitter for the Scots. Broncos coming in at 2-1 on the season. Scots coming in at 2-2. As Turner steps into the right-handed box, Juravec with a lead over on first. Throw to first is not in time. Juravec in safely. Going through the lineup for the Scots, Juravec on first. Turner up at the dish now. Preston Gamster on deck. He'll be playing shortstop. Josh Bowers, the catcher, batting fourth. Harrison Duggar in the 5-hole, followed by Jack Rich playing first base. Ben Bailey will be in the 7-hole playing third, followed by Andrew Zahar, and Jack Curtis will be bringing up the rear as a designated hitter for the Scots here today. 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch. Misses down low. Brings the count to 2-0 now to Turner. Turner, big baseball player, big football player as well. Naval Academy commit. As the senior stands in as that 2-0 pitch goes over his head. Count at 3 balls. And Gamster currently on deck. And Turner actually finished last week 3 for 10, batting .300. As this 3-0 pitch comes in. Ball 4. That is a 4-pitch walk. And Dowdy, a little slow to start this game off, has yet to throw a strike. As Turner, now into first with a 4-pitch walk, Juravec heads to second base. Both runners have their leads on their respective bases, as now Preston Gamster steps up to the plate. This is game 1 of 2 for the Scots, as Dowdy lifts and delivers. That is a called strike. First strike of the day for Dowdy, as the count goes to 0-1 to the Scots shortstop. This game once again started at 1:49 p.m. Game 1 against the Denton Broncos. And then the Scots will turn around right after this game and play San Angelo Central. That'll be at 4:30. This bunt laid down the first base line. Throw to first is not in time. First baseman tried to make the tag. That's Rumfield, tried to make the tag on Gamster, but could not get it. As the bases are loaded, nobody out, and the Scots have great field position now as Josh Bowers steps up to the plate. Bowers showing his power last weekend, as he ended up going 3 for 4 last weekend. Lots of walks from this Scots catcher. He did only play 3 games, as that third game against Plano actually stepped in as catcher for that showdown. And then later on, Pete McCon actually took the place of Bowers in the middle of that game last Saturday against the Frisco Liberty Redhawks. A little bit of a conference between Coach Yoder and the home plate umpire. Once again, Bowers ended 3 for 4 last weekend, had a home run along with a couple of doubles and even a triple at one point. Excuse me, no triple, just doubles and a home run. we did have a couple of triples from the Scots in last weekend's games. 1-0 the count now to Bowers. And we have runners on second and third now. This throw home is in time. Play at the plate is in time. And Jirovec is out at home. Gamster was called out as we now have runners on the corners. And Bowers reaches first on a fielder's choice as that goes down as a 5-2 putout. So Gamster out with that 1-3 put out, that bunt down the first base line. Turner now at third base. So runners on the corners now for Harrison Duggar. The ball lifted high into shallow left field. That will be brought in by Fox, and that'll end the top half of the first inning. Scots go down, but not before adding one hit to this small game so far. We are scoreless midway through one. Denton getting their first crack when we come back. We are back for the bottom half of the first inning from Prosper Rock Hill High School. The Denton Broncos getting their first at-bats of the game. Calvin Williams getting set to deal here in the bottom half of the first for the Scots. Calvin Williams, the senior, nicknamed Vin, as he steps onto the mound, and we are just about ready to get things underway. Chase Acker, Nick Fox, and Caden Grenay are due up for the Broncos to start off this first at-bat. Bunt is laid down. That'll be foul as that goes down the third baseline. And that'll be touched up by Bailey, Ben Bailey over at third base. Lineup for the Broncos. Chase Acker currently up to the plate. Nick Fox batting second. Caden Grenay, the shortstop, batting third. Caden Grenay, that is. Followed by Justin Rumfield batting fourth. Ethan Hewell batting fifth. Jojo Dominguez batting sixth. He'll be playing right field. Followed by Zach Dowdy, the pitcher. Elliot Jones, the catcher, batting eighth. And then Ryan Cooper will be bringing things up in the 9-hole. This ball is swung on, and that is grounded into right field. And that'll be an infield, that'll be a leadoff single for Chase Acker to start things off here. Great placement there from Acker on that ground ball, as that was just out of reach from Zahar, and Rich got in just between them as Nick Fox now steps up to the plate. Williams with a couple looks over at first. Another bunt attempt, throw over to first is not in time. Great throw there from Bowers. Plenty of bunts here in the past few games, both for the Scots and their opponents. Definitely getting some bunt coverage in during practice. 0-1 now to Nick Fox. Williams with another look over at first. Little jump there from the runner on first. Throw over to second from Williams. Is in time for one. Throw to first. Not in time. Bang, bang play at first. Tried to get that double play. Could not get it as Acker goes down at second. And Nick Fox with a fielder's choice. That'll be a 1-4 putout. And now Caden Grenay up to the plate. Grenay with a heck of a head of hair. You can see the mullet down the back of his helmet there. Throw to first. No tag put on, as not really an attempt for an out, more to just keep him in check. Fox once again over on first base. Grenay up to the plate, and Rumfield on deck. Throw from Williams misses just low and outside. That'll bring the count to 1-0 to Grenay. Broncos getting their second game of the day in, as they just finished up a game against Prosper Rock Hill. They ended up tying with the Blue Hawks. Score was 1-1 after 7 innings of play. And in tournament play, as y'all know, as most of y'all know, no extra innings after 7 innings. We are on a time limit as well. Time limit, I believe, is 1 hour and 45 minutes. Finish of the inning. 2-0 pitch is fouled off, as that brings the count now to 2-1 to Grenay. Williams, the huge Texas Rangers fan, as well as a fan of the GOAT, Tom Brady, the GOAT himself. 2-1, one away, runner on first. Fox with a good lead. Throw over to first is not in time. Just making sure there is no steal attempt there from Fox. However, if there is a steal attempt, I would love to see the arm of Bowers once again. Bowers, absolute cannon that ended up catching a couple runners. Runner goes, speak of the devil. Throw down to second from Bowers is in time. Heck of a throw from Bowers. And there you have it, folks. As I was explaining what a cannon the Scots catcher has, went ahead and gave us a little display there, as that is now 2 away, as Fox is caught stealing. And that throw down to second, brought to you by Venture X Dallas Park Cities, the future of workspace. And you are listening to Scots Baseball, brought to you by Vista Bank, entrepreneurs banking entrepreneurs since 1912. Count evens out. 2 balls and 2 strikes after that foul ball from Grenay. This Scots defense really stepping up. As now no runners on. Count is 2-2 the count. Here's a pitch from Williams. Breaking ball. Got him looking. Grenay goes down with a backwards K. That is a 1-2-3 inning for the Scots. Broncos go down. No runs on 1 hit. No errors and none left on base. 1 full inning of play, and we are scoreless. You are watching Highland Park Scots Baseball on Game On Sports. Jack Rich, Ben Bailey, and Andrew Zahar going to take a couple hacks at the plate here to begin this top half of the second inning. We are scoreless from Prosper Rock Hill High School as Zach Dowdy back on the mound for the Broncos. And this first pitch is a called strike on the outside part of the plate, and we are underway for this second inning of play. Scott's bats and defense really came into play today, as we now have an even count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Swung on from Jack Rich on that breaking ball, brings the count to 1-2. Nobody out, no runners on. Jack Rich, the first at bat for the second inning. That 1-2 pitch in the dirt once again. Another breaking ball, misses for ball 2. Jack Rich, the junior, ready for this 2-2 pitch. That misses down low. Brings the count to full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Rich wanting to look for anything close here as this 3-2 pitch comes in, swung on, and he got him swinging with a fastball in the outside corner. Jack Rich, first strikeout for Dowdy. Both pitchers today have 1 strikeout to their name, as Calvin Williams ended the top half of the first inning, or excuse me, bottom of the first, with a looking strikeout to Caden Grenay. That first pitch to Ben Bailey misses up high near the head of the third baseman. Dowdy delivers, and that is swung on for strike 1. Bailey, the junior, nicknamed Blazin' Bailey. See if he can live up to that nickname here. Possibly some speed on the junior. 1-1, 1 away. Ball's hit over to short. That'll be picked up by Grenay. Throw to first is not in time, as Bailey is in there in plenty of time. Very long throw there from the Broncos' first baseman. He was well in the gap between second and third. That was the shortstop, actually. I apologize. Andrew Zahar now up to the plate. Zahar watches this first pitch go by. Has yet to have a hit. He went 0 for 6 in last weekend's action. 0-1, 1 away. We have a runner on first. Bailey goes, and we're looking at those wheels. Throw down to second is not in time. He beats out the throw from Elliott Jones. Elliott Jones behind the plate for the Broncos here tonight. The battery for this Denton High School team. Runner on second now as Bailey showing off that speed, beating out the throw to second. And 0-2, now the count to Zahar. Zahar, the second baseman, throw over to second. Bouncing ball, that is dig up attempt there from Grenay. It's actually dropped. Bailey in scoring position. Base hit here could give the Scots the lead. 0-2, 1 away. Zahar up at the dish. Here's the pitch. Misses up high for ball 1. Now, for those of y'all that don't know, some little bit of a tidbit from the great Vince Scully as this pitch misses inside. Little known fact, home plate, given its name because when baseball first started out, people actually used a dinner plate to start things out. No throw over to second as little checkup on Ben Bailey. Yeah, no kidding. used a dinner plate to start things off playing baseball, and over the years we have gradually brought in what we now have, that little pentagon for home plate. And this pitch, that's a shallow line drive that's dropped into shallow center field. And that'll bring runners to the corners now. Ben Bailey advances to third, Zahar into first. After that ball went off the knob, and that dropped in just behind second base. Jack Curtis now up to the plate. Curtis, the 9-hole hitter. Very big player for the Scots, as he's only a junior. And he actually has a couple of D1 football offers, as he has offers from the Army, the Navy, and San Diego State as well. First pitch from Dowdy is a called strike, brings the count to 0-1 to the designated hitter. Throw to first, little windmill. Don't see that very often anymore. Stepped over to third, and then just like that, whipped around, threw it over to first. You might see that once in a blue moon these days. Throw down to third this time, as third baseman not even on the bag. And we are back to action. Curtis with an 0-1 count. This throw is swung on, and that's missed. Count at 0-2. Top half of the second inning. We are scoreless. Runners on the corners, though. Chance for the Scots to take the lead here. Jack Curtis can grab a hit. Curtis with a couple of hits last weekend. He ended 3 for 9 last weekend. 0-2 the count. Curtis sporting that blue-barreled bat, very shiny bat there. Swung on and got him swinging, and that's 2 away now. 2 strikeouts for Dowdy, both in this inning, as that brings 2 away. Runners on the corners once again now for Braden Jirovec. Now head coach for the Broncos is going to head on out and have a little chat with his infield. Scots have 5 games scheduled this weekend. As 2 games today. This one against the Denton Broncos. This 4:30 matchup afterwards against San Angelo Central. And tomorrow games against Denison and Keller, followed by, excuse me, that is actually Denton San Angelo Central today, followed by Prosper and Richardson tomorrow. And then that'll be finished with Denison, and that'll be on Saturday morning at 11. That'll be in Allen. Tomorrow's games will be at Prosper High School. All games will be right here on Game On Sports. We're back to action. Dowdy comes set, runners on the corners, 2 away. Jirovec faces that first pitch, and that is a called strike. Breaking ball on the inside for one. Jirovec 1 for 1 so far. Throw to first is not in time, as Zahar gets in easily. I apologize. Curtis, actually Jack Curtis, offers from Air Force, Navy, and San Diego, actually. One the count now, 2 away for Jirovec. We have Patrick Turner and that'll end the top half of the second inning. We are still scoreless midway through 2. You are watching Highland Park Scots Baseball on Game On Sports. Bottom half of the second inning from Prosper Rock Hill High School. Scots back in the field for this bottom half of the second inning. We are scoreless as the Broncos for their second at-bats. We have Justin Rumfield followed by Ethan Hewell and Jojo Dominguez coming up for the Broncos. This first pitch is lined into the gap between left and center field. That'll be down for an extra base hit. He'll be heading over to second. Cutoff is missed as that'll roll into second. And that'll be Justin Rumfield with a leadoff double to start things off in the bottom half of the second. Great start for the Broncos as now Ethan Hewell will step up to the dish. Hewell, the third baseman, getting his first at-bat of this game against Calvin Williams, who is still on the mound for this second inning of action. Bunt trick play thrown over to second is not in time. Keep the tag on him, and there will be no play. Rumfield safe at second. Had a little bit of confusion there. You could see Rumfield extend his lead a little bit, but not far enough to grab that out at second. We've seen that play a few times from the Scots team, just trying it out. It's worked once or twice last weekend. Bunt is shown, and that is pulled back. That'll now bring the count to 1-0. First pitch to Hewell. Williams steps on the mound, and we're about ready to go with this 1-0 pitch. Windy day from Rock Hill High School. This breaking ball bunt attempt is laid down, but that goes foul. Over by the batter's circle by the Scots dugout, brings the count to 1-1. Field dimensions here at Rock Hill High School. A good-sized field, 300 to both corners. 345 into the left and right center alleys, and 360 dead center. You see that Rock Hill Blue Hawk with the RH standing for Rock Hill. Bunt is shown once again. Throw down to second. No tag. That's just keeping Rumfield in check over at second base. Dowdy, the pitcher, ready for his first at-bat on deck. Excuse me, that is Jojo Dominguez who's on deck. Dowdy's in the hole. I do apologize for that confusion. 1-1, nobody out. See all flags blowing in the strong breeze, blowing to the left. 2-1 the count now to Hewell. As Williams comes set, and we are ready to go. 2-1. Bunt laid down the third base line. Bowers picks that up. No, as that is a perfectly placed bunt from Hewell, and that'll put runners on the corners now with nobody out. Hewell with an infield single, that bunt single. So that brings JoJo Dominguez up to the plate. In this game, in this inning, actually, probably one or two more, depending on how good they are. Williams finally has his sign from Bowers. And that's Hewell, little fidgety on first, and that is swung on and missed. No bunt shown from Dominguez there as the count goes to 0-2 now to the right fielder. These Broncos base runners, lots of movement from them while they have their leadoffs on their bases. See Hewell jumping around from side to side over on first. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. And that is the second strikeout for Calvin Williams as JoJo Dominguez goes down with a backwards K. And that'll bring Zach Dowdy. Scots have a DH in their lineup. That's Jack Curtis. The Denton Broncos, no designated hitter in their lineup. Bunt is shown from Dowdy. Williams taking a long time in the set position. Finally goes. Runner goes. Throw down to second is. That gets away from Gamster. And that'll score a run for the Broncos as Rumfield comes in from third after that pass ball. And that makes the score 1-0 in favor of the Broncos now. Coach Yoder gonna have a little talk with the field umpire. Now he's gonna deflect on over towards the mound. Probably not going to take Williams as of now. Still very early. He's done a very good job, actually. Giving up 1 run and a couple of hits, but overall, not a bad outing so far from Williams. Runner on second now, Hewell. And at second after that throwdown got past Gamster. Glove at his chest. Here he comes. Ball hits the light post out in foul territory. Great accuracy there from Dowdy. That brings the count to 0-2. Ball fouled off. Now Bauer's going to head on out and have a talk with Williams. And Calvin Williams got action last weekend against the Plano Wildcats, ended with 3 strikeouts in that outing. Just misses on the outside, that 0-2 pitch. Very nice looking from Williams. Williams, the senior, painting the corners nicely. Call him Da Vinci. 1-2, 1 away. Williams once again comes set, moving a lot on the base. Throw down almost got him, not in time though. Field umpire says he got his hand in there just in time. I will say Hewell has gotten more comfortable getting further and further from the bag. Throw down once again, pickoff attempt not in time. Hewell keeps jumping around on second base. The Scots might have themselves a pickoff here in a little bit. Always a chance. 1-2, one away. Williams ready to deliver this 1-2 pitch to Dowdy. Swung on, drop third strike from Bowers. Throws on the outside, and that is the second out. As Dowdy goes down with a strikeout. That is a drop third strike. That's the third strikeout for Calvin Williams. Williams already matching his outing from last week. The Scots also ended up winning that game against the Plano Wildcats. Ended up taking a 4-1 win. That was their first win of this 2021 season. Scott's also getting here last week. Had a game against the Wakeland Wolverines last Thursday night, and then was supposed to play the Rock Hill Bluehawks later that night, but ended up having to cancel that game due to rain and golf balls. Score another run. Hewell comes in, makes the score 2-0 now. That is Elliott Jones with a single back up the middle. And the Broncos now have themselves a little comfortable lead here, leading 2-0 in the bottom half of the second. And that brings Ryan Cooper up to the plate. You see the sun glistening off of that beautiful turf. Brand new baseball field, brand new school. Prosper Rock Hill in their first year as a part of Prosper ISD. Second base. So Jones into second now with an 0-2 count to Cooper. Williams finally has a sign from Bowers. 0-2. Breaking ball in the dirt. Good stop from Bowers. Throw down to second. Not in time. Count goes to 1-2 to Cooper as Jones gets back up on second base. Top of the lineup on deck, Chase Acker, awaiting his second at-bat. See if he gets that during this inning. Williams comes home 1-2. Ball chopped foul. That goes over to the Scots dugout. Picked up by Coach Yoder. A new ball will be issued to Williams, and we're just about ready to get back to action here. 1-2, two away, runner on second. Broncos lead 2-0. Pitch from Williams. Hit between second and third. That'll drop in for a base hit. And that'll be Jones heading towards home. Throw is cut off. There will be no play at the plate as Jones gets in from second, and that makes the score 3-0 in favor of the Broncos. And now Ryan Cooper into first with that base hit. Picked up by Duggar. That was a good throw from Duggar. Would have been on the line to home plate, but that throw was cut off by Bailey at third base. Ryan with a very small lead over at first. Maybe 5 feet. So that pitch is a called strike. Brings the count to 0-1. Yeah, Cooper can definitely afford to get a couple more steps there. 1 or 2 more steps would not hurt at all. 0-1, here's the pitch. Ball misses just up high. Ball looked very good from up here, but the umpire does have in the ballpark. 1-1 the count with 2 away. You can hear that wind outside the press box here. Williams comes home, misses down low for ball 2. Acker 1 for 1, had a single back in his first at bat. This ball misses. Throw down to first, misses the tag, would have got him in time, but tag goes over his head as Ryan back into first. Brings the count to 3-1 to the second baseman. Acker had a single to start us off in the bottom half of the first. Ended up getting picked off at second. 3-1. Ball's a called strike right down the middle of the plate. And brings the count full, 3-2. Williams trying to get out of this inning. The Scots trying to finish this inning without any more damage. Down 3-0 after a 3-run inning so far. Payoff pitch from the senior. Ripped down the third base line. That is stopped by Bailey. Throw to first is in time. Heck of a job by Bailey stopping that hot from Chase Acker. And that ends the second inning, not before the Broncos have a comfortable lead now, leading 3-0 after 2 innings of play. You're watching Highland Park Scots baseball on Game On Sports. Top half of the third coming up here from Prosper Rock Hill High School. Zach Dowdy ready to Patrick Turner to start things off here in the top half of the third. Turner with no at-bats so far today. He got walked in the top half of the first. So that first pitch misses inside for ball 1. So Turner now with a 1-0 count as Dowdy from the windup steps off the mound. One and 0 pitch. Ball skied foul as that goes out of play, hits in the bleachers. Don't know if y'all heard that loud bang. Landed right near the top of the bleachers, just behind some Denton fans. 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Way outside in the dirt for ball 2. Some Rock Hill ISD students starting to fill into the stadium here today. It is Thursday. It is a school day, as it is now at 2:35. Not long left in the school day today, as we now have an even count, 2-2. One thing I miss about playing high school baseball, getting those early days off. Count full, 3-2 now. Turner, big Arnold Palmer fan. As that ball misses up high for ball 4. Arnold Palmer, half tea, half lemonade. Don't hear that very often as a favorite drink. Usually Dr. Pepper, Coke, lemonade. Not really an Arnold Palmer. Patrick Turner on first after drawing another walk, his second walk of the day. That ball, that is a soft ground ball hit over to short. Throw to second is in time. Throw to first, picked up and in time for 2. That is a 6-4-3 double play from Preston Gamster. That brings 2 away for Josh Bowers now. Bowers 0 for 1. He did reach base, but that was on a fielder's choice. Dowdy with a breaking ball drops right in for a strike, and you saw that shake from that. You saw that head nod from Bowers. Beautiful breaking ball there from the Broncos pitcher. Bowers had a monster home run in last Saturday's matchup against Frisco Liberty. Started a huge couple of innings that ended up propelling the Scots to an 8-1 win. This ball skied into the gap between left and center field. That drops and one hops the wall for an extra base hit. Bowers heads into second with a stand-up double, and what a start to this third inning for the Scots. It is a late start as we have 2 away, but that is the first base hit for the Scots here today in this third inning. And that'll be a pinch runner now for Bowers. As that brings Adam Rourke into second. Rourke, perfect candidate to be a pinch runner, cornerback for the football team as well. His 40-yard dash time clocked at 4.4 seconds. And for those of you that don't know, the fastest 40-yard dash ever recorded is 4.2 seconds. Oh and 1, 2 away. Harrison Duggar at the plate. This ball gets past second. That gets past Grenay over at second base, but no runner will advance as Bauer stays at second. Duggar with an 0-1 count with 2 away. You can hear the bleachers, movement in the bleachers rustling as some new fans settle down. Ball misses up high, evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike with 2 away. Duggar, the left fielder for this Scots team here today. Apologize for that extra sound. Had to move one of our mics. 1-1, 2 away. Ball hits off the netting behind the home plate. Brings the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Duggar 0 for 1. He had a fly out in his first at bat in the top of the first. That ended the top half of the first inning. And that fly out was over to Fox. 1-2. That's lifted over, just not high enough from Duggar, as that was Ackers showing off his hops and making the grab for the third out. Scots go down. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. We'll be back for the bottom half of the third. Scots trailing 3-0. You're watching Highland Park Baseball on Game On Sports. Calvin Williams back on the mound for the Scots heading into this bottom half of the third inning. Broncos lead 3-0 as they had a big inning back last inning, as this first pitch from Williams is a called strike. Nick Fox up to the plate now as he faces an 0-1 count. Fox 0 for 1. He had reached base on a fielder's choice as this ball is lined into center field for a base hit. That's Jirovec coming up with the grab, tossing it in, and we have runner on first as Nick Fox leads us off in the bottom half of the third with a single. So Fox now goes to 1 for 2 with a single and a fielder's choice as Caden Grenay now steps up to the plate. Grenay once again sporting that big head of hair as he has that mullet, just a good probably 4 or 5 inches, maybe 6 inches from the bottom of his helmet. On the count, runner on first, throw over to first, not near in time, as Nick Fox with a very small lead at first base. See just how big that lead is. Yeah, not very big at all. One full step and a couple little half shuffles there from the runner on first. Check swing. Field umpire says yes, he did go, as that brings the count now to 0-2 to Grenay. Grenay 0 for 1 with he struck out looking to end the first inning. As Williams comes home, bringing the heat now. Wow. Williams just reared back and let that one fly as that comes in. I think I might have seen a little smoke coming off of that ball as that comes in a little bit high for 1-2. Runner goes, Bowers with the stop, throw down to second. That gets passed into center field. Not really sure what Zahar was doing as he had his glove ready to make the grab and then just pulled it away and let that one go into center field. A little bit of confusion there from the middle infielders as they have a little talk afterwards to make sure everybody knew what went wrong. Not ready for any pickoff move that might come along. Swung on and got him swinging. Caden Grenay now 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts, as Calvin Williams now has his 4th strikeout of the afternoon. At Rock Hill High School. It's currently at 72 degrees. Wind out of the south-southeast at 16 miles an hour, 36% humidity. That is a long fly ball. That's off the wall over in left field. And that'll drive in a run from second. Throw down to second. Could be in time. It will not be in time, as that is a sliding double for Justin Rumfield. That scores a run as Nick Fox comes in from second to score, and that extends the Broncos' lead to 4-0 now. Scots have a lot of ground to make up here in this game, as we're just about at the 1 hour mark. It is 2:46. Williams comes set, ready to go. Ethan Hewell up to the plate. That first pitch, big swing there from the third baseman, but can't connect. 0-1. Take this time to give a little quick shout out to Audi Dallas, the #1 Texas Audi dealer, along with Goff's Hamburgers, a tradition like no other. 0-1, one away. That is another big swing from Hewell. That brings the count to 0-2 now. Hewell 1 for 1. He had a single in the second inning. Looking to see if he can grab another hit here. Behind in the count, 0-2, one away. Williams has a sign from Bowers. He comes set. Runner on second. Got him swinging back-to-back. That is another strikeout. Not back-to-back strikeouts, as we had a double in between them. But Hewell goes down swinging. That's 5 strikeouts for Williams. Scots have 2 away now. Runners on second. That's Rumfield at second. Rumfield actually a pair of doubles. Now as he is 2 for 2. That brings Jojo Dominguez up to the plate. Dominguez 0 for 1. He struck out looking in the second. One of the 5 strikeouts for Williams. That pitch misses up high. Williams seems to have found another gear as he is heaving that ball now. As that pitch misses up high. Rumfield with what looks like a small lead, but actually not. Actually a pretty good sized lead. As he's leading off a little bit behind second base. That pitch touches the upper part of the strike zone, evens the count 1-1. Dominguez is the right fielder in today's action. Calvin Williams, big fan of Coke and sour cream and onion Pringles. Interesting combo from this Scots pitcher. Breaking ball, beautiful pitch. Misses down low and inside for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. With us, you're watching Highland Park Scots Baseball on Game On Sports. We are just about ready here with the top of the 4th inning. Scots coming back up to the plate. Due up for your Scots, Jack Rich, followed by Ben Bailey and Andrew Zahar will be in the hole. Zach Dowdy back on the mound as he prepares his first pitch of the 4th inning, and that is a breaking ball. Little bit of break there as that comes in for strike 1 to Jack Rich. Ball misses up high. Evens the count 1-1. Rich, the first baseman, currently 0 for 1. He had a strikeout to start things off in the second inning. 1-1 pitch. Fouled straight back as that brings the count to 1-2 now. Bailey and Zahar, who are on deck and in the hole, as this pitch is check swung, definitely went, and that is strike 3. So Rich will go down swinging, half swinging that is, as he now goes to 0 for 2. Ben Bailey now stepping up to the plate. As I was saying earlier, Bailey and Zahar both have a pair of singles. Bailey actually ended up reaching third base in the second inning, but could not come home. As Dowdy brings this pitch in, that is a called strike to Bailey. And that makes it count 0-1 with one away. No runners on. As that pitch is a big swing and miss from Bailey. And it was this pitch last at bat, the 1-1 pitch, where Bailey actually, see if that happens again here in this at bat. That 0-1-1 count. That misses for ball 2. Ball misses in the dirt. 3-1 the count now. To Bailey. Dowdy comes home. Ball chopped foul. That'll bring the count full to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Dowdy with the 3-2 pitch. Swung on. That's chopped foul towards the batter circle on the Scots side as Zahar picks that up, throws it over, and that gets away from Dowdy. New ball comes in as Bailey steps back to the plate. 3-2, 1 away. Here's the pitch from Dowdy. Swung on, drop third strike. And there will be no throw as Bailey with a drop third strike, but reaches first. So that'll bring Andrew Zahar for his second at bat. Zahar had his first hit of the season as he had a single in the second inning. That was the last hit for the Scots, in the second at least. As Bailey with a good lead over at first. Ball goes off the netting behind home plate. That will bring up an 0-1 count to the second baseman. Andrew Zahar, the senior. That pitch comes in, that hits him. And he gives it a giant bat flip and heads down to first. Quick fact on Andrew Zahar before we go to Jack Curtis. Would be voted most likely to beat every player in the state at MLB The Show, as well as work at Barstool Sports. Barstool Sports would be quite the gig for Zahar as he's over on first base now. Runners on first and second as Bailey as he is joined by Grenay. Now, Hewlin Acker come in and join the fun, along with Jones. Scots have good position here as the bases are loaded with the top of the lineup coming up. We now have 2 away as Curtis heads back into the dugout. I guess put that down as an F9, or F7 that is, for lack of context. No clue what happened there. We just saw a fly ball drop, and then bases were loaded. But now runners on second and third with 2 away. 1-0 the count to Jirovec. He fouls that one straight towards the Broncos dugout. And that's stopped by Coach Leidner over at first. Jirovec faces a 1-1 count, 2 away. The Scots down 4-0 here in the top half of the 4th. Dowdy now with 3 strikeouts. Ready to step back on the mound, and we're ready to far with a single and a fly out. Single in the first, fly out in the second. Here's a pitch from Doughty. Big swing there from the big senior, as that brings the count even at 2-2 now. I do apologize. Jirovic is a junior. Misread that there. And Scott's shaking their caps as we have 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 away. Here's the pitch from Doughty. Misses on the outside, brings the count full, 3-2. Good eye there from Jirovic. Coming up here, has a sign from Jones. He delivers. Misses on the outside corner for ball 4. That 3-2 pitch comes in just outside as Jones checks with the home plate umpire to check just where that missed. But that'll be Jirovic now in first after drawing that walk. Great work from Jirovic battling there as Patrick Turner steps up to the plate. Turner, the big hitter, represents the tying run as this pitch comes in. That miss. Turner, the right fielder in the right-handed box, had a couple of offers for baseball, but he decided to take the football route as he will be heading to Annapolis, Maryland to play for the Naval Academy here in the fall. 1-0, 2 away. Bases are loaded. Scott's down 4-0. As I think Zahar might have got to him as he started sprinting back towards second. He was looking back just as Zahar started sprinting back. 1-0. Doughty delivers. And that is a called strike. That reaches the upper part of the plate as Turner faces a 1-1 count. Turner still has not had an at-bat officially today. He has reached base with 2 walks so far in today's matchup. Doughty comes home. That's a rip down the third base line. That is foul, as that would have been just what the Scots needed, but all runners have to retreat back to their respective bases. Count to Turner. Turner led 5A, the number 1 player in the state in home runs, had 5 home runs in just 12 games last season. 1-2. Misses in the dirt, evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 away. The hat shaking has started in the Scots dugout as we are ready for this 2-2 pitch. Doughty has a sign from Jones. He gives the nod. Here's the pitch. That's a lift into center field. That'll get down at the wall, off the wall. 1 run will score, 2 runs. 3 runs will come in, throw home. Play at the plate will not be in time. Patrick Turner with a bases clearing double, and the Scots are back in this one, now trailing 4-3. What a knock from Turner as that goes off the wall, the upper part of the wall in center field. And the Scots have a chance to tie it here. Runner in scoring position with Preston Gamster up at the plate. What a shot there from Turner. As the Denton coach comes out, that could do it for Doughty. talking with some members of the infield. Gamster now up at the plate. Gamster is 0 for 2. Had a ground out to the pitcher in the first, and then hit into a 6-4-3 double play in the third. Base hit here could tie the game as Gamster represents the go-ahead run. Bowers now on deck as Dowdy will stay in. He comes set, we're ready to go. 2 away, runner on second. That's a high into deep left field, back towards the fence, and that drops for a base hit. That'll score the 4th run as Patrick Turner comes in. That's back-to-back doubles for the Scots. Patrick Turner comes in from second on that double as Preston Gamster reaches second base. Fox could not stay with that ball as that drops just in front of him at the warning track. We have a tie game now. Scots were down 4-0 heading into this top half of the 4th inning. Scored 4 runs, and we have a tie game. And these bats definitely awake for the Scots here tonight. Josh Bowers now up to the plate. Bowers could continue the heavy hitting here as Dowdy takes a couple of looks over at second, and he comes home. That's a high fly ball into left field once again. And it's gone! Josh Bowers with a 2-run shot over the left field fence. His 2nd home run of the season, and the Scots lead 6-4. Great Scott! What a shot there from the catcher as we have a brand new game from Rock Hill High School. Now Zach Dowdy will end his day by the looks of it. Coach going to head on and back out to the mound as Harrison Duggar now steps up to the plate. Infield will make its way towards the mound as the coach going to have a chat with Dowdy. Maybe leaving him in, actually. And that'll do it as the Denton coach going to give the point over to the bullpen. And we're going to have a new pitcher here. We're going to take a break. Scott's in the middle of a huge inning. 6 runs so far as we have a pitching change for the Broncos. Stay with us. You're watching Highland Park Scots baseball.
It's more of like finish the bite than flavor. If you don't finish it, I know you. Keep on biting. What's the flavor of it? It's like a finish it with this flavor. I know it's cookie dough. Apparently the flavor is chocolate. Yeah. Rub a little piece off. That one's better. Oh, nice. That one actually broke off. By the way, I might have lived there. Yeah. No, not at all. That one tastes like. Same, but it's not. It's supposed to be chocolate chip cookie dough. No, you know. I know it's close. It tastes like expired cookie dough. What's the disease that's an egg? What? Just an egg? Shut up. Wait. It tastes like salmonella. How do you eat salmon? It tastes like a disease in the egg. How do you think he has a flight on here? He just thinks he does it.
And we are back to action here in the bottom of the fourth as this new pitcher only gave me his last name. It's Battles, our mystery first name, as the count is 0-1 to Harrison Duggar, quickly now 0-2. Scott's now leading 6-4 after a giant inning from this Scott's offense so far, 2 away, and we have those numbers as well for Zach Dowdy. That ball is a rip down the first base line, caught, diving play. That's from Rumfield, and that is a great play to end the inning, but not before an outstanding inning from this Scott's offense, going down 6 runs. And that'll be 4 hits. And 6 runs, 4 hits, no runners left on base, and no errors as we have a brand new ball game. Scott's leading 6-4 over the Denton Broncos. You're listening to Highland Park. You're watching Highland Park Scott's baseball on Game On Sports.
Dry scoop it. Dude, that was scratchy. Hey, let's see what happens. Wait, actually going to my dad should take this wide. Actually, they're kind of in 7th grade. They're like a drum. Two strikes, you get out from my ball. Look at third base. Actually tastes like a ball. Ugly one? Is it the photographer one? He's like really talking in the hallway. They're different. The way they make the knob. I got a crush on really close to it. Which one's Izzy? What is she like? She is phenomenal.
Bottom half of the 4th inning coming up here from Prosper Rock Hill High School. Scott's turned things around in the last half inning, scoring 6 runs. Now leading the game 6-4 over the Denton Broncos as this first pitch to Battles, that is swung on and missed. And once again, did not give me a first name for this new pitcher, batting for Zach Dowdy. That brings the count to 0-2 now. Start things off here in the bottom half of the 4th. And that pitch swung on, fouled off. That keeps the count 0-2. Battles is battling as we now have an 0-2 count, nobody out, and no runners on. Couple players for this Broncos team with hair reaching outside the helmets. 0-2 the count. Williams back dishing on the mound for this bottom half of the 4th inning. Here's the pitch. Swung on and got him swinging. What a way to start the 4th inning for Williams. Battles goes down with a strikeout, and that is Williams' 6th strikeout in today's outing. And that brings Elliott Jones up to the plate. Jones, the catcher, once again for this Broncos team. Ball misses up high for ball 1. And that's the first ball of this inning for Williams. Thrown. That was his 6th pitch of the inning. Thrown 1 ball. Ball misses down low for ball 2. Brings the count to 2-1 now to Jones. Ryan Cooper, the center fielder, on deck, awaiting his second at-bat. Jones, 1 for 1. He had a single back in the second inning. The hitter's count coming up to Jones. 3-1 the count. Williams in the windup. He delivers. That's fouled off. That was an inside pitch off the handle of the bat from Jones. Jones has reached home, one of the 4 runs for this Broncos team. That ball misses a little inside. No sign from the umpire, as I guess that'll be a dead ball. That will be a dead ball, as that'll be a pinch runner now for Jones. Courtesy runner for the catcher in. It's number 16. We'll see who that is. That is Underwood. Again, for all the substitutes, failed to give me first names. So battles now at the mound for the Broncos, and Underwood currently on first. And that is a dead ball, as Williams, 2 pitches in a row, hits 2 batters. So Ryan Cooper now into first. Elliott Jones into second. 2 straight beans, as we now have runners on first and second. Nobody out. Well, excuse me, 1 away, as infield fly rule will be in effect here for Chase Acker. Throw to second from Williams. Not in time, as that tag cannot be put down in time. Williams trying to get out of this inning with as little damage as possible, maintaining that 2-run lead for the Scots. Williams with a quick look at second. He comes home. Bunt is laid down. That's down the third baseline, foul, as that goes just to the left of the line. Oh, and 1 now the count. That's to Acker. Acker once again 1 for 2, had a single in the first and a ground out in the second. This game has turned into a great game this afternoon. Scots were down 4-0 in the third inning, after the third inning, and then top of the fourth, 6 straight runs from the Scots. The count now goes to 0-2 to Acker. Williams with a throw pickoff attempt over to second. That was Zahar having to jump back a little bit to grab that ball. If you see just past the right field line, you can see tennis practice starting to go over. It is that time of the year, the most wonderful time of the year, baseball and tennis season. That is a called strike on the outside part of the plate. That is strike 3. Acker goes down looking. That is the 7th strikeout for Calvin Williams. And this is a great outing from this Scots pitcher. Bowers heads on down, gives him a quick little tap on the arm, little high five there, as up to the plate. Fox 1 for 2. Reached on a fielder's choice back in the first and had a single in the third. Reached home once. He tried to reach second back in the first, ended up getting thrown out. Pitch misses. outside for ball one. Brings the count even now. 1 ball and 1 strike. Two and 1 now the count. Williams trying to find that last out. Williams, once again, huge fan of the Rangers. Rangers currently down 3-1 against the San Diego Padres. Rangers 0 for 2, or 0-2 so far in spring training. It is the bottom of the 4th. Hey, just like here, bottom of the 4th inning, both games. Rangers down 3-1. Scots winning 6-4. Pitch comes in for strike 2, evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 away. Tiebreaker pitch coming up from Williams. He takes a look over at second, comes home. Ball fouled off back towards the backstop. Bauer's going to come back up with that one. Little ball change. Bauer's found a scuff mark on that last ball. We do have some action over in the Scots bullpen now, as I'll have that number here in a bit. That is Jack Jackson getting warmed up out in the bullpen for the Scots. As Williams prepares for his 72nd pitch of the day. Here it comes, swung on, and he got him. That ends the 4th inning. Broncos go down, no runs on no hits, and 3 strikeouts, all 3 outs by strikeouts after. Let's just give a quick shout out. Calvin Williams started off the inning hitting 2 straight batters and then struck out the next 3. In that half inning, and the Scots lead 6-4 after 4. You're watching Highland Park Scots baseball on Game On Sports. We're ready for the top half of the 5th inning. Scots leading 6-4 over the Denton Broncos. Due up for the Scots, Jack Rich will be followed by Ben Bailey and Andrew Zahar. And battles on the mound for the Broncos. He ended up ending things pretty quickly in the 4th inning. Came in with 2 away and threw 3 pitches. Ended with a strikeout. That'll be actually Ben Bailey up at the plate now. I apologize. A little bit of... No. Sorry, I was right. Jack Rich up at the plate now. Confused myself as he reaches base with 4 straight balls from battles. So Jack Rich now at first after 4 straight balls. Ben Bailey up to the plate. Andrew Zahar now on deck, and Jack Curtis, the designated hitter, will be after Zahar. Zahar is in the hole, actually. I apologize. A little bit of incorrect wording there as this pitch comes in from Battles in the dirt. That is ball 1 to Bailey. If you see just past center field, you'll see San Angelo Central coming into the ballpark. That's the Scots' next game. That'll be here once again on Game On Sports. Little conversation from Jones over to Battles as Coach Yoder going to have a talk with Bailey. He'll head back to the plate, and we'll get ready to go here with this 1-0 pitch. Wind is picked up here from Rock Hill. You can hear it. I think you can hear it a little bit in the mic. As this pitch misses down low for ball 2. Yep. Stars and Stripes. Texas flag underneath, flying proudly out there by the scoreboard in right field. 2-0. Here's the pitch. That's chopped down the third baseline. That'll be foul as Yoder looks visibly frustrated there. Sign probably missed from somebody. Looks like a missed sign from Rich over at first. Count now 2-1 to Bailey. Bailey, the third baseman, today's afternoon game. Bunt is shown. Bunt laid down, and that is foul. Fouled on the first base line. Evens the count 2-2. Bailey 1 for 2 so far. He had a single in the second, and then he reached base, but he reached it on a drop third strike. 2-2, ball fouled off. That leaves the count 2-2. Rich over at first. Could have probably afforded to get one more step over there. That ball hits Bailey. Looked to be a breaking ball attempt. As Bailey now reaches first. Rich over to second. They'll end up getting that last at bat in today's game. Zahar, the senior, as Denton coach comes on out to the mound. Does a good job avoiding the first base line. One of the most well-known superstitions in baseball. Do not step on the foul line. Any step on the foul line, you'll most likely hear very noticeable moans and groans from everybody that sees. That's actually most of the Scots superstitions are don't step on the foul line. Have a couple of interesting ones. Jirovec wears the same sliding shorts for every game. And Andrew Zahar has quite a few superstitions, actually. He hides Colin Valentine's foam roller before every game. Him and Preston Gamster have a handshake after the throwdown from the catcher to start every game. And it looks like we'll have a pitching change, as that'll do it for Battles. And we'll have a call to the bullpen for the Broncos. And we're going to take a break here. Scott's leading 6-4. Nobody out. Runners on first and second. Back to action here, top half of the 5th inning, as we have a new pitcher for the Broncos. Again, no first name, but last name is Stone, wearing number 10. So he's in this first. And then had to pull a quick 360 to get that. Quick 180, I should say, but he did end up spinning a full 360 degrees. That first pitch to Jack Curtis went off his knee. No reaction from the designated hitter as he reaches first with that hit by pitch. That'll load the bases up now. Jack Rich heads over to third. Jack Rich now on third. Bailey at second. And Curtis, our newest base runner, at first. That'll bring Braden Jirovec back up to the plate. Jirovec 1 for 2. That ball is fouled back behind home plate. That heads out past the bleachers. That'll find a spot of open concrete. Jirovec, as I mentioned earlier, 1 for 2 with a single in the first, fly out in the second, and he did reach base with a walk in the fourth. Stone comes home to lefty, picks up this bunt, toss over to home, will not happen. Throw to first, will not happen as well. That is an infield single for Braden Jirovec, and the Scots extend their lead now to 7-4 as Jack Rich slides home from third, and Jirovec with a nicely placed bunt. Brings Patrick Turner up to the plate. Turner led the scoring off as he had a bases clearing double. That big swing from the right-hander is swung on and missed. Had a huge double, went off the top half of the center field wall, almost went over. Oh, and 1 the count to Turner. Another big swing there from the Naval Academy commit. 0-2 the count. Turner really trying to send this ball into orbit with those 2 swings. Maybe try to just make contact with this pitch. That pitch misses outside. Brings the count 1 ball and 2 strikes with 1 away. Once again, bases are loaded. We have Bailey currently at third, Curtis at second, and Jirovec over at first. High fly ball hitting the center field. That's heading back towards the warning track near the wall. That is gone. It is a grand slam. Grand salami for Patrick Turner, his first home run of the season. And the Scots have busted this game wide open, leading 11-4. A monster shot from Patrick Turner as he picks up his bat. And the Scots have a commanding lead. Denton coach going to head on out to the mound once again, as Patrick Turner, with a couple of huge hits, had a double that hit 3 runs in last inning, and now is a home run that cleared the bases this inning. Yeah, when I say a double, as was mentioned up here in the press box, that was not a pop fly double. Those were 2 line drives that were absolutely just manhandled by Patrick Turner. And that center field fence, that's 360 feet to the center field fence. And that cleared by, that had no chance. That wasn't even close to hitting the fence. That went out by 20 feet. As it looks like we might have another new pitcher. We will have another new pitcher as Stone's outing very short. He gives up 4 runs. And it looks like we're going to take another break here. Scott's with a giant inning in this past 2 innings. 6 runs in the 4th, 5 in the 5th, and we're not done yet. Stay with us. You're watching Game On Sports. Back for the top half of the 5th. New pitcher in for the Broncos, and this is number 20. That's Cable. Once again, no first names for these pitchers other than Zach Dowdy. 1-0, 1 away. Pitch misses down low. Bases are cleared after Patrick Turner emptied them with a grand slam over the center field wall. That check swing, called strike anyway. This is Preston Gamster up at the plate now for the Scots. That's a rip down third base line, line foul, as that goes toward the bullpen. We're back to action. Cable from the windup, the left-hander, delivers. Misses for a ball. Game 4 for the shortstop. Bowers gave the Scots the lead in their last game, launching a home run over the left field fence. Another no-doubter from the catcher. Misses outside. Count goes to 1-0 to Bowers. Bowers 2 for 3 so far. He reached base on a fielder's choice in the first, followed by a double in the third and a home shot in the fourth. Count at 2-0 as Cable comes home. That ball skied into center field. This one will be brought in by Cooper. For the second out will be Gamster retreating back. That'll be F8. Duggar, the last batter for this lineup this inning. He's the only batter that has not yet had an at-bat in this inning, so we're about to bat through the lineup. As Cable comes set, he takes a look over at first. Breaking ball. Good stop from Jones, as that almost got away from him, but he was able to get in front of that one and knock it over to the side. 2-1 now the count to the left fielder. Duggar with that back foot on the inside stripe, the white foot almost reaching the outside stripe. Counts even, 2 balls and two away. Scots have their hats going as we're ready for this tiebreaker pitch. Ball misses just down low for ball 3. Brings the count even, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Once again, this will be the last inning of play as we have now almost reached 2 hours of game time. 3-2. Here's the pitch. Misses on the inside. That'll be ball 4 on a walk. Gamster heads into second base. And that brings Jack Rich up to the plate. Rich, his inning, currently at 0 for 2 on the day. Has 2 strikeouts, both of them swinging, and then he got walked to begin things in this inning, and then now with his 4th at bat, or 4th plate appearance actually. Brings the count even, 1 ball and a strike. Ball misses down low for ball 2. Rich looking for his first hit of the day. Rich actually ended last weekend 0 for 8, so he's looking for his first hit of the season. As this ball is a high fly ball, that'll go foul. As that hits the tin building over by the batting cages. Looks like a little supply shed for this baseball stadium. Two and two away. That's a high fly ball. That is caught by Jones as he just had enough room to make that grab. He was on the warning track near the wall as he makes that grab, and that ends the inning, but not before the Scots add 5 more runs, leading 11-4 halfway through 5. You're watching Highland Park Baseball on Game On Sports. Bottom half of the 5th coming up here on Game On Sports from Prosper Rock Hill High School, home of the Blue Hawks. Scots with a big 11-4 lead heading into this bottom half of the 5th. This will be the last half inning of play in this first game of the afternoon. New pitcher on the mound for the Scots as Jack Jackson will now be on the mound. Due up for the Broncos, Caden Grenay, followed by Justin Rump, and have the numbers for Calvin Williams, that is. I apologize. 4 innings pitched, 8 strikeouts, 7 hits, and 4 runs. So he gave up 4 runs on 7 hits. An impressive, very impressive 8 strikeouts for Williams. Very good outing there for him today. Pitch from Jackson is a called strike. Brings the count to 2-1 to Grenay. Grenay is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Two-one pitch misses in the dirt for ball 2. Little shout out, you're watching Scott's Baseball, brought to you by Vista Bank. Vista Bank, entrepreneurs banking entrepreneurs since 1912. Also going to have a quick shout out to Rimrock Partners, as that ball is a straight fly ball up in the elevator shaft, and that hits the netting. And that'll bring the count to 3-1. 3-2 actually, I apologize. Both home runs today have been brought to you by Audi Dallas, the #1 Texas Audi dealer. Those home runs by Patrick Turner and Harrison Duggar. Excuse me, Josh Bowers, that is. Three and two the count, nobody out. Jackson readies and fires. That's a shallow line drive that drops just past shortstop, and that'll be a base hit picked up by Juravec. And that'll be a single for Grenay. He has his first hit of the day. Of the game, actually. Not sure about the day. Did not get his line for the last game. Brings Justin Rumfield up to the plate. Rumfield 2 for 2, on the other hand, with a pair of doubles to his name. That was back in the second inning, part of the 3-run second inning for the Broncos. As that first pitch from Jackson's a called strike, brings the count to 0-1. Scots need 3 outs. That'll end the game, and then they'll get ready for the second game of the day. Game 1 and 2 of 5 today from Rock Hill High School. Tomorrow's 2 will be from Prosper High School. And then on Saturday at 11 a.m. from Allen High School. And all of those games will be here on Game On Sports. 1-1. That pitch fouled off over to the right. And that'll bring the count to 1-2 to Rumfield. One and two from Jackson. Check swing. Umpire says no, he did not go. So that'll even the count 2-2 now, as that pitch came in the dirt. Ethan Hewell on deck, awaiting his third at bat. 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. Jackson's ready to go. That pitch is fouled off as well. Brings the count. That'll stay at 2-2. Jackson waiting for a sign from Bowers. He has it. Here's the pitch. That's a fly ball. Skied into left field. That will be brought in by Harrison Duggar for the first out. Grenay will retreat back to first as Rumfield goes down with that F7. That brings Ethan Hewell up to the plate. Hewell getting his third look from the dish. 1 for 2, as I mentioned earlier, with a single and a strikeout. He did reach home after that single, and he struck out struck out swinging in the third. One of the 8 strikeouts for Calvin Williams. Jackson comes skied into left field. That could be trouble. That's off the top of the wall, just underneath the yellow. That'll be an extra base hit. Runners away from third, and he'll be stopped. That'll bring runners to second and third. 2 runners in scoring position now for the Broncos. 1 away. As Hewell now on second, Grenay into third. called strike with the all-important first strike to JoJo Dominguez. Dominguez now with an 0-1 count. Pitch from Jackson misses just outside. Brings the count even, 1 ball and 1 strike. Scots will break the tie in their record today, whether that's good or bad. Could go 3-2 or 2-3, depending on how the outcome of this game ends up. It's looking good for the Scots, I will say that. 1-2 the count now. Jackson in the windup. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, called, strike 3. That'll be the first strikeout for Jack Jackson. And with 2 away now, runners on second and third. Jackson kicks his leg, comes home. And that is out of play. As that lands just past the bleachers. Up to the plate now is Stone. As that pitch is a called strike. I'll admit, seemed a little bit wide, but hey, I'll take all the strikes I can get, as this Scots team will agree. 0-2, down to the last strike. There's the pitch, called, strike 3, and that ends the 5th inning. Should end the game, as yes, Coach Yoder will fist bump the coach for Denton, and the Scots take the win in today's opening game by a whopping score of 11-4 after 2 huge innings from that Scots offense. Join us again in about, I'd say 45 minutes, actually, as maybe half an hour, 45 minutes, give or take, as we're going to give San Angelo Central some time to warm up. Be sure to join us once again. That'll be back here on Game On Sports. For everybody involved in this production of Game On Sports, for our producer, Fred Garner, I am Lincoln Rebel saying see you in a half hour.